I don't care what I do, I seem like I always lose a rod sock. I don't know where they go. I don't know who's stealing them. I don't know who takes them off. Somebody is taking my rod socks and I'm sick of it. I think it's a political agenda. Let's finally get down to the nuts and bolts of this tournament. You know, what do you think is going to happen? How much weight is it going to take? Obviously, when it comes to tournament fishing now, it seems like it's gotten harder and harder to be able to tell what it's going to take to do well in a tournament. You know, it could be 12, 13 pounds to get a check. It could be 15. Honestly, things have changed so much that now I think it's more like probably 15. It's almost always 2 pounds higher than what you think it's going to be to get a check. Initially, I was thinking about 13. I would say it's probably going to take 30 pounds for 2 days. Here's why. There's too many ways to catch fish right now. Too much stuff going on. Kentucky Lake is big. It's a good tournament lake. If there's ever been a place that's really good to host big fields, big tournaments on, like 300 boat tournaments, 400 boat tournaments, which just our tournament doesn't have 300 boats, but by the time you add in everybody that's going to be on the water, it's going to probably be 300-400 boats. This is the place to do it. One thing about Kentucky Lake, I did mention like it being big, and that does plays to your favorite in the fact that you have plenty of room to move around. You probably won't be fighting for a spot. Dude, it's fish shallow. It's fish in the middle of the lake, in the creeks, in the pockets. I'm fishing in this tournament. I'm gonna be fishing some pockets that are on the main lake, but I'm a little bit cautious. I'm gonna tell you why. So this is why I'm cautious. I'm looking at my Omnia Premium Pro app, and if you haven't downloaded Premium Pro, I'll leave a link in the description box of this video. And there's a storm blowing in. Cold front's coming. Tuesday is supposed to be really cold, or the second day of the tournament is supposed to be really cold, but it's blowing in tomorrow. So I'm looking at the wind directions, and it's going to be blowing straight down the pipe tomorrow morning during blast off. And this new Premium Pro, it will update like nearly every 24 hours. So I'll be able to look at areas that are 20, 30 miles ahead and tell if they're muddy or not by just opening my app and looking at it, instead of having to actually go there and say, oh, well, dude, the wind blew here, it's dirty. I can look at it ahead of time. That's very helpful. Secondly, is just checking the wind direction. Being able to know which way the wind is blowing. Is it blowing straight down the pipe? This is real-time information that I can use to save me time on the water, because this is a big lake and you'll spend a lot of time doing stuff that doesn't matter if you got to go look at it. So Omnia Premium Pro. There's a lot of tech companies out there in fishing. A lot of them have information that I would say is really not that useful. But let me know, would you use this? Tournament morning. Let's go! Let's go! I'm pretty excited about it. I tell you what, it is windy today. Already this morning. Usually when it starts off windy, when you put your boat in the water, it's going to be windy all day long. So is that a little bit concerning? Maybe a little bit. It's actually pushing it on almost like too windy. We get a little bit touch and go now with wind, just because we've had a lot of boating accidents, and this lake is big. I think it's blowing straight down the pipe. This is a very, very straight river system, so it could get intense out there and take off.
Hey, conditions are completely different than they've been for the entire practice, of course. On par for tournament fishing. It's cloudy, 52 degrees, let's just say, right? Raining a little bit, misting rain. We've had like 90 degrees every single day. Well, it hasn't been 90, it's been hot. It's the first time I had to use ice all year. So it's really cold today. And misty, rainy, cloudy, windy. So it almost feels like a March day all of a sudden after it felt like summer. Like I've been wearing shorts, even in the morning. Like you can launch and just wear shorts. You throw a sweatshirt on and take it off within the first hour. Not sure if that's going to change the fit. Not my responsibility. I'm going to where I call finish, and it's their job to show up. I can't do all this worrying about it. Fish got to do. Listen, if we're going to have a tournament, I got a job. Fish, y'all got a job. Do your job. I'm going to do my job.
Oh man, if y'all would have saw how rough this lake is right now, it's the roughest, probably one of the roughest rides I've ever had. It was crazy rough coming here. This is about a 15-minute ride to where I'm fishing today. It legitimately took me about 45 minutes to get here for a 15-minute ride. It's stupid rough. That's going to change a lot of things for a lot of people today, because you're not going to be able to move around like you thought. Probably going to have to get in the area and just stay there. I mean, it's going to change some things for me. Some of my water's going to dirty up. I think a lot of things are going to be different today. There he is. Oh. Another little one. Fish won't keep either. This brown digger, I didn't pay much attention to that in practice, so I had to kind of look around to see if I can find some, but I think that's the key. And probably if I can find some of this with a little bit of depth on it, or a little sharper contour, like on the creek channel side, or out on the point, I think that's going to be a magic sauce. They weren't on this grass earlier. I may even be able to cover water a little bit more if I figure out something. But I think that's what they changed to. I think I have one spot that has this stuff. It's quite a bit of a run from here. That's clearly what's going on, as far as I can tell, is they're on a different type of grass all of a sudden. And they're on the sides of it, so it should be easy. They're not like in it. I'm just pitching my stick bait to the edge of it. If you can find like patches scattered out somewhere, I guarantee you'd be fish on it. There's a fish. Jeez. That's not a better one. I do feel like they're starting to bite a little bit now. First I was fishing some of the right stuff and they just weren't on it. He choked it. He choked it. He got it coming out of his woo-ha. If you know what a woo-ha is. Just caught that big old giant right there. One heavier net thing. Wish I had my GoPro on. I didn't have my GoPro on, guys. I'm sorry. Honestly, I just kind of, I'm gonna be straight up honest with you. I kind of lost confidence in what I've been doing. I was a little bit down and out. Just being honest. Like, I could make up a whole bunch of crap. I was like, I don't want to YouTube this. I'm not catching nothing. You kind of getting a woe is me type deal. I'm not even gonna lie. That's what I was feeling. It's not right. It's just the emotions I was having at the moment, and I didn't turn my camera on. And that's how quickly things can turn around. Didn't turn my camera on. 5-pounder coming to get it. Got my blood flowing. Completely unexpected there. Completely unexpected. I'm gonna be completely honest why I fished this spot too. I put in here one night. There was a guy fishing on the bank.
They can't give us information. Nobody gave me any information whatsoever. What happened was, the guy was fishing on the bank and he had one about 5 pounds. He was showing me that he caught off the bank. He's like, yeah, boy, they biting good now, boy. I tell you what, man, they'll be biting. Y'all catch them good. Good luck. And he's walking around with this 5 pounder on a string. That 5 pounder ain't in here no more. He done ate it. Now, I'm a dummy, but I ain't no big dummy. But if a man walking around the bank with a 5 pounder, that means he fished right here. He ain't went nowhere. So if he can catch a 5 pounder on the bank, surely I can come here and catch one. Now, I didn't practice here for practice. I didn't come in here, but I was like, man, this sure looks like a good place to fish. So here I be. Boy, it worked out. I'm glad. I wish I got old boy's name. It was one of them times I was tired. It was the end of the practice day. You get back and you kind of, I mean, it sounds mean. You kind of don't want to talk to nobody. You want to go home. You want to go eat. You want to go to sleep. But I didn't forget that. Like I said, I'm a dummy, but I ain't no big dummy. Very interesting way to figure out what's going on. I can't see either. A lot of the fish I was catching were out in the middle on stuff that you couldn't visually see above the water. You could see it, but you needed the sun to see like a little dark spot, a little patch of grass, a tire under the water, you know, all these little random things that are underwater. But now the sun's gone and I can't see any of it. I knew it was a possibility that was going to happen. I was just hoping it didn't happen. That makes sense. Like, I knew it was a possibility that was going to be an issue, but we were just kind of hoping it. This weather is definitely a monkey wrench in the weather today. It was not supposed to be what we got right now. I knew it was supposed to cool off a little bit. We weren't supposed to get storms. My fish, the water dropped, got cooled off a little bit. They moved. They're not where they were for sure. I was catching them on bushes, on the root balls of bushes, some on that yellow flower type stuff.
And they're not doing that anymore. So I'll have to change.
Exactly where they are. They ain't in that. Let's see if we can get into that tree. Don't go too slow. Don't go too slow. There he is. I got one. That's a real good one. That's a real good one. That's a big one. That's a big one. It's another 5 pounder. He's 4. 3.5. Got it down a goosey bug because honestly I didn't know he had it for the longest. I heard somebody holler. I didn't realize it was you.
I ran to get my camera.
Oh, I didn't realize. I was like, cool. I just started catching them. Not really a good day, man. Not really good. Big one, big one, big one. 3 pounder, I think. It's not that big, he just fought really good. Yeah, he actually is pretty good. He hit that thing so hard right there. At least 3. Definitely. I think it's 3. Guess we'll find out one. All right, so now the day's going a little bit better than it was. I was really getting scared. I actually see clearly what's going on. Fish on the grass toward the ditch side of the pockets. Very common thing to happen when something like this happens. I've seen it before. I just didn't autocorrect soon enough today. But we got time to move quickly. Another 4 pounder will save the day. It's 2:16. I don't have much time. Weigh in 3:30. But another 4 pounder would do me really good. We'll see if I can just find another pocket with grass in it. I think I can find exactly what I need. Knowing what I know now, I think where I started off might even be good. I just didn't fish it right this morning. one. That's a big one. Not that big. All right, it's not that big. It's too small. This is just like a stick bait, like a Cinco style bait. It's just straight worm. Ain't nothing, no curls and nothing. Just a straight worm. I'll give you some. Hold on a second. Let me fish this out. I'll give you some. They're like a Texas, yeah, Texas rig. A lizard will work too, though. Oh, I'm coming in too hot. Dang. Oh, here you go. Let me get. I was trying to, I waited too late to put it in reverse.
Nice boat.
Thanks, my man. Appreciate it.
Oh man, by far one of my more stressful. Dude, I thought I wasn't gonna catch something for a while. After having one of the best practices I've had in a long time, I didn't think I was gonna catch hardly anything. One flirt served to save the day today. One flirt. I think I know what to do tomorrow. 92. Make a long shot. Oh man, we used to play basketball together. One flurry saved the day. I'm gonna have to practice and look for new water because what I was planning to fish is not gonna work. It's just something else is going on now. Key was finding like these little ditches off the sides of flats. And if you found a little bit of grass, brown grass, that coreopsis, yellow flower stuff, if that was on that ditch side, there was a fish there. Hey, yeah, I was one big bite away from having a good day. I think a good day today is probably going to be 16 to 18 pounds. And if I caught like a 5-pounder, I think it'd put me right where I want. But I just got to do it tomorrow. I won't be able, obviously I'm not going to be able to do it today. But tomorrow will be my chance to catch that. I got a 4. I got a heavy 3. And 3 2.5s. So 13.5 pounds probably.
Tomorrow, man. Appreciate you, bud. We'll do take off again tomorrow. We'll be behind the resort. If you're coming, check us out. We'll be behind the resort. Brian Latimer, BLAT. He is from South Carolina, Belton, South Carolina. He's got 5 fish in the bag. Good job, man. This is going to put you top 30, I believe. 15 pounds and 6 ounces. Look at there, man. 24th place right now. You're going to be right in the hunt for the cut.
Yeah, I like that because I ain't been catching them this year, so that feels pretty good.
Yeah, cut would be good.
Yeah,
right?
It would be good. And listen, I'm going to be fair.
Yes, sir.
I was real close to not catching them today, and I had
Okay.
one flurry that I caught them in. But I feel good about it. I'm excited to go out. It's
Yeah.
a really good practice. The fish are biting, obviously. So
Yes, sir.
It'll be a good tournament. Make sure everybody comes back to the weigh-in. And if you're watching, come and see us,
Yeah.
man.
Well,
We need you here.
I'm hoping today's a work day. Tomorrow's going to be Saturday.
Yeah.
I believe we're going to have a full crowd tomorrow.
It's a full crowd. We're going to have hot dogs, steaks, everything.
Woo,
Make sure you
that's
bring
a
that.
new one
Make
on
sure
me.
you bring it.
Make sure you bring that tomorrow.
Ooh, on guard. He's like, I wish you would.
Dude, it was kind of rough today.
Kinda?
Like, it was rough.
What the hell you talking about, kinda?
It was rough, bro.
Bro, that was probably top 5. I end the day today with 15 pounds, 6 ounces. I'm pretty, listen, happy with it. I don't know, I haven't looked at the standings. Honestly, I don't want to know because I got no control. It's just chapter 1. But here's the thing, I got a story to tell you about today. There's so many things we got to talk about that happened today. Number 1, we got to talk about the weather. We got to talk about the wind. We got to talk about the freaking, dude, it rained today. We got to talk about the rain.
So many stories. Most of this trip, hold on one second, let me get out my seatbelt. Most of this trip, I didn't even get to document because, whoa, that's way bright. Most of this trip, I didn't even get the document because it was raining. I was wet for the first hour and a half. But hey, Flint, on a scale of 1 to 10, how rough was it? How bad was the wind out there today? 11.
Yeah.
Good, buddy. Listen, I knew it was gonna be cold. I knew that. We looked at the weather, it was supposed to be like 40 degrees.
Man,
we're coming to go eat some more Mexican tonight, bro. So, I knew it was gonna be cold, right? Nobody told me it was gonna be 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 foot waves out there.
I didn't think it was gonna be that bad.
Nobody said that. I didn't think it was gonna be that, but I did hear when I got in the truck this morning. I heard the wind in the trees. It was, listen, I was today's years old when I learned I am no longer one of the young guys, because 3 to 4 footers, dude, them guys would jump. It was like motocross jumps.
Dude,
they were flying.
Why are you doing that to yourself?
I have no idea.
Like, I was literally going 40 miles an hour. Like,
40?
I wasn't even going 40. I was probably going 25 or 30, just as slow as I could go on a plane. And these guys would just come by me and just like they're taking off to the freaking plane. No way, that feels good.
I was like, dude, I treat my body at this point, and it's not about the boat, y'all. When it's over 2 footers, I don't care if you're in Nitro, Falcon, Ranger, anything other than a barge, like a legit barge, you're getting your balls beat out. Yeah. I can't do it.
It's dangerous, bro.
It's dangerous.
You can fall out and that current freaking take you down the river.
You could the biggest thing is you're gonna tear your boat out. And I don't mean the actual boat, all your electronics, your trolling motor, your power bolts, all that stuff that's bolted on your brake bolts. Furthermore, I treat my body at this point like the warranty is out. I got a 40-year warranty. I'm 41 years old. Now it's time to start taking care of myself. That was a good point you brought up, talking about we're spending out all this money and these fish have no clue.
We're all spending
like there's literally about 300 people on the water tomorrow that have spent millions of dollars in their lifetime on bass, and these fish have no clue. Hey, what size braids you like to put on your bait casters? 50?
Yeah.
I use 30 a lot for like frogging.
You use 30 for frogging?
Yeah, especially for frogging. I like 30.
Wow, throws better?
There's some good things and there's some bad things. Yeah, I do think it throws better. Like sometimes, I remember back in the day we used to throw like a trap on braid in the grass. But I do think you can throw a little further. I feel like the frog walks easier. You know what I'm saying? Because it's smaller, it's more length. But the side effect of using 30-pound test braid is, since it's thinner diameter, it does kind of want to, like, it'll backlash a little easier. But both of these spinning rods that I'm using right now have 10-pound test braid, 15-pound test, 15-pound test fluorocarbon. It's not really that small, really. It's still finessey, but it's just not that small a line. You kind of have to get out of that mindset of thinking that every time you pull out a spinning rod that it's going to be light line. It just means a lot of times a light lure. You can present the bait better with that type of lure, so that's why I use spinning tackle. Here's the good news. Doesn't look like it's windy today. Hey, that wind blew so hard yesterday. It was like blowing the water off the lake. Y'all ever seen that? Like, where you ever be like in a pocket and the pocket is protected but it's still windy and you get a gust of wind and it feels like it literally blows you? Now, I'm not talking about the boat, I'm talking about the wind literally blows you. You gotta catch yourself. It was like that. Not like the boat rocking or anything. Like, I had to try to catch myself yesterday how bad the wind was blowing. Like, it was rough out there, y'all. Really rough. We got a dead slick day today, so I'm sure that's going to be another factor that we'll have to deal with today. whether that makes it better or worse, I feel like it's gonna be better for me with it being slick. At least from what I can tell, it's pretty slick. We hadn't had those conditions. I think we do have one, you know, we got it's tournament fishing. I do have one more challenge. So it's slick. Bueno. Looks like it's gonna be sunny. Bueno. I think it's 45. 45 degrees, that is. Temperature. Fahrenheit. So what that means, what's the significance of that? It was like lows in the 60s for practice. Lows, not highs, lows in the 60s. And now we got 20-degree difference. Shallows, I'm catching the fish. Are they gonna move? Will they be there? Will they bite? Of course they're gonna be there because a lot of them are spawning, so they're not gonna go anywhere. You just don't know if they're actually gonna bite. So I'm anticipating to have to go a little bit slower, being a little bit more intentional to get my bites. But other than that, I don't think not a whole bunch changes for today. And until it needs to change, nothing changes for today.